Happy time zone, friends. This is Kitty from Kitty Crosses Animals, and welcome back to my channel. Before I start today's video off, I just want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. That is so amazing. Thank you to everybody who has helped support me throughout this journey so far, and I can't wait to keep making content for all of you. So for today, I'm gonna be doing a dream address tour as a thank you for my 100 subscribers. This is an island called Cloverwood that I made last year in 2024. It is a kind of rustic spring forest cottage core, if you want to mix all of those together. So come along and let's tour Cloverwood. So before we get started, let's go ahead and open up this map here. All right, so for our residents, we have Kitty and Kit. And for our villagers, we have Eric, Piper, Kiki, Gonzo, Deirdre, Olivia, Cherry, Henry, Maple, and Sherb. Obviously, I am the one who picked out all of these villagers, but I've got to say, just a band full of absolute cuties. So there is a ton of natural waterscaping on this island, lots of terraforming with the cliffs, and I had a really fun time doing all of that. I actually terraformed this entire island before I started decorating. I am thinking of doing a terraforming, waterscaping guide at some point to make like natural islands, and I wanted to know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. So go ahead and leave in the comments if that's something that you might like to see. But let's go ahead and get right into this island now. First thing that we encounter at the entrance is, well, Cherry. So we're gonna talk to her. Hey, pretty sure I haven't seen you around here before. What? It's not every day, or is it night? Dreams mix me up. It's not every whatever it is that you meet a new face. Cherry is actually one of my favorite villagers. She was my OG sisterly on my first 2020 island, so I kind of have a little bit of a nostalgia. I have a bit of nostalgia when it comes to Cherry, so she tends to be on my islands. But let's go ahead and head up this land bridge. If we take the bridge, we're gonna see, just some natural decorating, the path, the dirt path with the leaves. We have a stack of books here for anybody who wants to do some reading. If we take this incline, this is gonna lead us down to resident services, but for now, we're gonna keep heading this way. And straight ahead down our backwards incline here, we are walking into our shopping district. So first up, we have Abel's here, and we just have some classic decorations, such as some custom designs outside. We have a clothesline and a wash bin. Of course, we have a sewing table. And all over the island, I have these little maps, just so you can see where you're going. If we follow behind Able Sisters, we go ahead and end up at Nook's Cranny, where we have some shopping baskets and shopping carts. You can grab all of the necessities. We have some boxes here for the goods that are being delivered. And over on this side, we have our ABD, of course, and our storage shed, because both of those come in handy right after you shop, or in the middle of shopping if you don't have enough bells. So we're going to go ahead and continue up this path this way for now. And this path leads into our campsite. So we do have a little fire here to sit by and tell some ghost stories. And an axe to chop down the firewood. Can you guys guess who is in my campsite? There's so many villagers it could be, but I'll give you a hint. It is a Sanrio villager. So if that narrows down your guess, I'd like to see you leave it in the comments. And over this way, we're going to take this trail, which is often forgotten. We're going to go back this way, which just leads to some terraforming up here. And we have a little seating area with a fishing pole so we can grab all those fish. And if we follow the path down this way, there's another little seating area for you. The beaches are decorated, but we're going to get into those in a little bit. We're going to follow this path, and this path leads us to our resident houses. So here we have Kit's house, and they are decorated for the most part. So we're going to go ahead and go inside and check this house out. All right, so this is Kit's house. Kit's house is going with, at least this room, a blue color scheme. Everything kind of matches. We have a bit of a bedroom, a bit of a living room. So this is kind of like a studio apartment, if you will. And then we have all kinds of decorations on the wall. And then we are going to head upstairs and downstairs. We're not going to check out the other rooms. They're not all that done. So we're just going to do upstairs and downstairs. This is one of my favorite rooms in the game. Welcome to Kit's garden house. We do have all kinds of plants in here, all kinds of floral accessories. We have the plant bed, the flower bed. We even have a beehive in here so we can keep our plants pollinated. Our little garden gnome, and a place to hang out by the window and enjoy some sunshine. So this is one of my favorite rooms that I decorated. Now we're going to check out the basement. All right, so in the basement we have a little bakery dining area that anybody can come and socialize at. We have these little dining chairs so you can sit at the counter, or you can come sit over here on your own, get some work done. We have a little sweets case. You can get anything that you are craving. And that's pretty much it for the house. All right, we are going to head out and continue exploring the rest of the island. Okay, so we are going to head up this way, and we will get down to the other section in just a moment. We are going to head up. Oh, hello. This is Kit. Kit says, be happy. And we are going to head up this incline to Kitty's house. Around Kitty's house, we just have some natural items, some garden type items. Just, enough to feel like it's lived in and kind of alive, if you will. Now, Kitty's house kind of has a similar vibe here. We do have the living room and the study area. So off to this side. In this room, we have Kitty's bedroom. Yellow is my favorite color, which is why I have the yellow rug and wallpaper. Of course, here I have my cup of coffee, which I cannot function without, and my digital camera. I am a photographer by trade, so that's one of my favorite hobbies, to take photos, if you did not know. And then we're going to head over to this side. So this is Kitty's kitchen. It's not my favorite room in the house. It's kind of just slapped together with some random things. But I wanted to include it regardless, just because it's kind of like almost a normcore house, but with a like cottagecore type of vibe. All right, let's check out the back room now. In the back room, we have a gym, complete with a locker to change out of your sweaty clothes, and a changing room. Well, I guess the locker is to keep your clothes in, but we do have a changing room. Also, a barbell so you can do your deadlifts or your squats, and some mirrors so you can check out your form. We do have a punching bag, of course, and an exercise bike. So anything you need to get your blood pumping. All right, now we're going to head upstairs. All right, so upstairs we kind of have a dual purpose room. Over on this side we have a hot tub with a little clothesline so you can hang your clothes and just relax. Or over on this side we do have like a family friend movie night. We're going to turn this screen on. See what's playing. Looks like maybe a yoga instruction video. That would be a nice thing to do. And we also have a pinball so you can be competitive with your friends. And a cat tower, of course, because what is Kitty's house without a kitty? I really wish there was like a kitty plushie, you know? There's like a puppy plushie, so why not a kitty plushie? But that's it for Kitty's house. We're going to head out and check out the rest of the island because there is still a lot to see. All right, we are going to head back down this incline. And instead of heading towards the campsite, we're going to take this bridge and follow this path that does walk us by resident services. We are walking by this little stream, which you can follow this way to get to Kit's house with a little picnic area. But we are going to follow the path this way so we can check out the museum. The museum is not completed. I believe that the fossils are, but the rest of the museum is not. So check out at your own free will, but it's not really impressive. So we are going to wander on to the beaches before we head out to the right side of the island. Here we just have a few places to lay back and relax. A place to enjoy a drink with your friends, in privacy, of course. And then we just kind of have these decorations here. Nothing really special. We have a surf shop so you can get all of your oceanic needs here. Your wetsuit for sea creature diving or your surfboard. Imagine if you could actually surf in this game. Like, how cool would that be? All right, so we're just going to follow this path. If we go up this path, that's how you get back to Kit's house. But we're going to continue along the beach here. We have a bathroom with a hand washing area and a nice little yoga, surfing kind of relaxation spot where we can get our flow state on. And there's Kit again, saying be happy. So if we head up this way, what is a island without a silo? This is not a silo. This is a lighthouse. What's an island without a lighthouse on either a beach rock or a peninsula? Of course, that needs to be included. We do have a bit of garbage here. And then an all yellow area, which it will not let you lay on the hammock because of this dang flower stand. But I thought that this was just a super cute addition to the beach rocks. I didn't really put any bloomed flowers on the beach, but I did want to add some sprouts just to add a little bit of life here. And I did add the paths as well. If we look up this way, you can see there's a bit of a chill spot. We can climb up here. Just another tent and some terraforming over on this side, but nothing really to write home about. It's just kind of like a little filler area, so we're just going to head back down. And we're going to follow the beach again. This way. On the path. Scare the fish. Alright, we're going to cross the flood. And then we're going to head back up this way through the museum yard. And now we could go... Okay, we came from this way, so we're going to head this way now. Which brings us to the front of the island, which is just filled with some natural items, some stunted trees, a few places to sit. And then we do have this beach here, which is just decorated with some pathing and some log stakes, a few flower sprouts, and we do have a bar, of course. What is a beach complete? Is a beach complete without a bar? I don't think so. And then, of course, we have our volleyball game. We need to have some competitiveness on this island. We do have a place for the spectators to sit and cheer on our squad of volleyball players. And we're just gonna head back this way, which brings us back to the airport and back to our land bridge. So we are going to go this way on our land bridge now. We're gonna head off to the right. And this brings us to Gonzo's house, who unfortunately is not home, but I wanted to show you some of the terraforming here. Okay. This way, there we go. And we're going to do our little handheld camera trick so we can get up higher a little bit. There we go. And we just have some terraforming, framing Gonzo's house here. Just some natural decorations, just like the rest of the island. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. And if we follow this path here, we are going to end up at Eric's house, who is also not home. That's okay, though, because I don't think I redid either of their homes on this island. And we can head over to the right more, and we're going to continue up to the front of the island and the beaches before I head towards the back. So on the beach, we do have Maple's home, and she is home, so we're going to go ahead and check out her place. I did do HHP for most of these houses, but I didn't rearrange or decorate all of them. I do know that Maple's house was done, though. Let's see what our sweet girl has to say. It's no 5-star resort, but feel free to relax here as long as you'd like. I'll try to be a soothing presence. Of course, not so soothing that you fall asleep. So welcome to Maple's relaxing, humble abode. We did kind of stick with the yellow color scheme here. And of course we have a bedroom, well, a little place to sleep. We have our DIY bench and our little living area here. And I keep getting stuck in between the furniture. I'm gonna turn this TV on. All right, sorry Maple, that's all we're gonna do for your house today. All right, so we are going to continue along the beach here. And if we head up this way, there's just kind of this like little walking pier here. And if we continue up, we just have a few places to sit, relax, have a bite to eat. And up even further, we have a little pottery studio and study area. So you can get inspired, maybe. Another lighthouse, of course. And then we have a little fish fry, sushi dining area where you can just enjoy the view of the ocean and eat all of the delicious seafood that you caught. I actually don't like seafood, so saying delicious seafood is really not in my vocabulary usually. But if we head back down the beach, we are going to go, maybe. Here we go. All right, so if we get off of the beach here, this leads us to Deirdre's house, whose house is actually not redecorated, but let's go see her anyway so you guys can see what her house looks like and so we can see what she has to say about our dream. All right, so Deirdre has her nice little fall house. It does totally fit her vibe. All right, what's with everyone being all blurry and stuff today? This is getting pretty weird. High five. Yeah, I totally get that, Deirdre. Dreams are a bit disorienting. Now, if we follow Deirdre's path here, she has her own little library along the creek. And then there's just some terraforming over on this side, if we see that. Just a little, you can't really hop to it, but it's just a little island. And this leads back to the beach, but we are going to head up this way. And hello, Eric. What's going on now? Have we met? More importantly, where's my pillow? That's a really good question. So first we're going to head across this bridge and we're going to follow this path over to Kiki's house. I wish I could go inside Kiki's house right now. Her house is one of my favorites. I decorated it to be a library, of course, because the normals love their libraries, but the color scheme actually matches her exterior. So I wish I could show you guys that. Hello, I think this is Kit. Oh, this is Kitty. Kitty says be kind. This bridge leads us back over to our shopping district, so we're gonna go ahead and go back down, go back up, I suppose, this way, And I believe this is Piper's house, which oh, this is Sherb's house. Okay. Hello, Sherb. I definitely redid Sherb's house. I kept some of it the same, but I just made some little embellishments here. All right, and let's talk to Sherb. Sherb says, everyone says that my room is so cozy I could put them right to sleep. What do you think? I think so. I definitely think I could fall asleep in Sherb's room. It is totally cozy. I love the purple, blue, and white scheme that we have going on here. And of course we have a little cricket up there because the lazies do love their bugs. We're going to head out of Sherb's. All right, before I continue along this path, I do believe there was something down here that I missed across this bridge from Kiki's house. Yes, there are a couple more houses over here. So we have this kind of hidden path that leads to Piper's house, which I'm so excited she is home. But we gave Piper a little community garden where she's growing some crops here. Some pumpkins, some wheat, and some potatoes. We're going to head into Piper's house. All right, so Piper totally strikes me as an influencer YouTuber kind of girl. So I set up this studio for her where she can record her vlogs. And I just felt like the Kiss wallpaper was just absolutely perfect for her. Let's see what she has to say about our dream. Awesome, a visitor. It's funny because I had this dream where someone was going to visit me. Oh wait, am I just like thinking of the dream I'm having now where you visit me? Ugh, what is it with dreams being so confusing, Lovey? That is such a good question, girl. When we exit Piper's house, if we head down this way, excuse me, Kit/Kitty, I don't remember which one you are. This leads us back to the bridge that connects us to Eric's house. And down in front of Piper's garden, we run back into Maple's house. So next door to Piper is is Cherry's house, which we cannot go in, unfortunately. But we do have this incline here that leads to Olivia, who is home. So we're going to check out Olivia's house. I don't think I did much to Olivia's house either. I think it really fit her and the theme of the island. Okay, I did redecorate Olivia's house. So she has a kitchen, a bit of a bedroom, a living room. The retro TV, I think, is one of my absolute favorites. So we stuck with the purple and white to match her vibe. And I do have to say, Olivia is my wife of all the Animal Crossing villagers. Leave in the comments and let me know who you're married to. And it's like a platonic marriage. It's not weird like that. So, you know, who is your partner in Animal Crossing that is non-romantic because they are computers? I can't properly entertain you at the moment, but you're welcome to make yourself comfortable. Just don't go and do anything strange simply because this is a dream. Actually, darling, I take that back. Now is the perfect time to do something weird. Olivia, I think it's always the perfect time to do something weird if I'm being completely honest, but maybe that's just me. All right, and then next to Olivia, we just have some more terraforming, some waterfalls. I thought she deserved a bit of a backdrop considering she is my wife. Back this way leads us to Eric's house, so we are going to head over this way back through our hidden path here. And if we head across this bridge again, this is going to bring us back to Sherb's house. And up on the third level there is a little orchard that you can see. You can't exactly get to it. I kind of forgot to leave a ladder and like a way to get up there. But I thought it was a cute little filler area regardless if you could get there or not. Let's get up and cross this bridge. Henry's house is here. I don't think I redid his house. His house was very fitting. So we don't really need to go in there. And back this way, I kind of had this little also sort of hidden sunken mush pathway. And this leads us to our secret beach Looks like red is here being all sketchy with this oh my gosh, I did not know that skeleton moved like that. That's really creepy. I guess that's why it's called the creepy skeleton. But we're gonna follow this sunken path back this way. And if we head this way, this leads us back to Nook's Cranny. So we are going to explore up this incline here, which brings us to our work area. What is an island without an area to work on your projects? I mean, plenty of islands don't have this kind of area, but I find it really helpful to have something like this on my island, even once it's completed. We have some more terraforming here, and this path just leads us to this mini plant shop. We have the bonsai shelf, one of my favorite items in the game, the paradise planter, and a little checkout area, and this cute bag that you can take your goodies home in. Some more natural terraforming behind what is, I consider, our mum garden. If you can tell, these are the only flowers that I used on the island, is the mums in yellow, green, pink, and white. And up here is another area that you can get to, but only if you try really hard. So I'm just going to show it to you in the camera view. We have a little shed and some planter boxes, some tools and supplies to get some more things planted down in the garden. All right, and this incline is going to lead us back to our sunken path that leads us to our campsite, which I think is going to be the end of the tour. I believe that that is everything. I think we've seen everybody's house that we can see. This brings us back to our land bridge, and our land bridge brings us back to our airport. I believe that's all. Oh, Kiki, our girl. Well, if it isn't a traveler, I never would have dreamed of running into someone here, but I'm delighted that I did, sweetheart. Oh, that's so nice, Kiki. Okay, friends, I think that is all there is to see of Cloverwood. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour. And again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to get more content out for you guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can see when I post more content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.